I guess I need to explain exactly what's going on in case you've missed it in all these videos. So 65 has got a TKX transmission in it, and it was making noise, mainly in 4th gear. So I pulled it out and I sent it to Handling Motorsports. They looked it over, checked it out, and said, hey, everything looks great. We don't see anything wrong. We'll make a couple of tweaks in here. We'll shim everything up, send it back to you. Well, I didn't know what else to do at the time, so I went ahead and stuck it in there and just hoped for the best. Still making a noise. It's like a grinding, kind of rubbing sound in 4th gear. With that being said, we're going to pull the clutch out of this. This is a twin disc Vengeance, and we're going to go back with a single disc clutch. So let's just go ahead and get after it, guys. This will probably be more of a working video, but I'll try to make it as fun as I can. We're going to go ahead and get this out of the way, pull the drive shaft out, and we'll work on the transmission. You know, on a side note, I have people comment all the time, you know, it must be nice to have a lift. And it is. I don't know what I would do without this thing. But with that being said, when you're dealing with transmission stuff, sometimes it's actually easier on the ground. Just because this thing is so heavy and so awkward, when it's way up here, it's harder to handle than it is if it's down here on your chest. When you get used to working on the floor, it's actually not the end of the world. It still sucks, but it's not the end of the world, because some of the stuff that we're doing, rear ends and transmissions, a lot of times it's easier on the floor. People don't want to hear that, but it's true. I'm going to go ahead and remove the drive shaft safety loop. Well, make it loose at least so I can kind of get it out of the way, because this drive shaft does not like to come out with the loop. It will, but sometimes it just don't want to. Good thing on this car, you don't actually have to take the exhaust off. You just need to move the flanges around so the drive shaft can come down in between it. I like to strap the transmission by myself, because the TKX is extremely heavy for what they are, at least. And now I'm just going to pull the bell housing out and inspect everything. I really want to look at this clutch to make sure nothing's wrong with it. I'm not seeing anything, so I don't know. So after we're done with this, I'll go ahead and show you guys what the clutch looks like, what kind we're putting in. This is what we're taking out of the car. This is a badass clutch, by the way. It's a Vengeance twin disc clutch, built to hold some serious power. But for some reason, and I don't know why, actually I want to check something real quick. I want to check slop in this to see. This is exactly what this sounds like, by the way. Yeah. I mean, I know there's got to be some slop, but I'm wondering. See that? I think that may be what we're hearing. It's probably the same way, but see, this clutch is a dampened clutch. This is what you guys are used to with the springs in here. This helps absorb some of that noise. Look at that, already a big difference. And what I'm noticing is there is almost zero slop up and down. There is a little bit of wiggle this way, but not that much. All right, so let's check this. Now this is the thinner of the two right here. Let's check, look, see that? And there's absolutely some slop right here. I can feel it. We're gonna go ahead and put all this stuff back. This is a really good clutch, but it just may be noisy. I'm not sure, honestly. So we're gonna set this thing here, put it back over in that box. Before we do that though, I need to do a quick shade tree resurface on this thing right here. So let me find my sander. I'll show you guys how I do it. So all I'm gonna do is take my sander here. So we're gonna go 400 grit. Get the air sander on this thing. We should be good to go. All right, we need something a little more coarse. 400, just not quite enough. So let's see if we can find some 180. This has got a little bit of wear. It's not too bad. It's mainly just clutch material stuck on it, but it would definitely probably benefit from a resurface. But with that being said, the reason why I'm not going to do that right now as well, because I don't really have time. I didn't realize that it really needed it. And on top of that, the main thing we're trying to do is figure out if this fixes the clutch sound. Here we go. I'll get back with you guys when I get this. I ended up having to just manhandle it, but it's in. Just tighten it down. Is so much lighter than the other clutch. clutch. It's crazy. The pedal is ridiculously light. I love it. I think I need to adjust the clutch a little. It's all the way at the top, but let's just see if it makes the noise again. It, guys. Wow, that definitely helped a lot. We may have a pinion bearing because I can still feel it like here a little bit, but yeah, for the most part, guys, I think we're good. The clutch feels so much better. I would have thought that this clutch would have been stiffer. That's the way I remembered it, but it's not. This clutch is super easy to press. I love the engagement. I love it. So we'll probably just leave this clutch in the car. It is so much better than it was. I can't help but be happy. We got a really good clutch in it now. That's got a lighter pedal feel. And that's really important with this car because it has a really thin firewall, to be honest with you. It was never meant to have pressure put on it with a cable. You remember, guys, this was a Z-bar car, so it worked completely different. So with this, it just puts a lot of pressure on it. We do have the extra plate up there that came with the modern driveline kit, so that's on the firewall. That helps stiffen it up some, but you don't want a heavy clutch on this firewall. I'm probably going to put some turnbuckles in there and brace it all up at some point. Anyway, all right, so from here we're going to probably move over next to the fuel system. I already have everything, so I'll do that in another video, and then we'll put the cowl tracks on the car, and we have to change the tire size. Guys, we got 275 40s on it right now, and we're gonna have to go down to a 245 45 on the car. It's just the way it is. The tires rub, and I want to get the back end down, so it'll be all right. It's all good. Anyway, I'm happy. So, guys, tell me down below though, what do you think this noise is? What do you think it's coming from? I know it's probably hard to hear, but let me know what you think. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap this video up, and as always, thanks for watching. Future me here, that didn't fix the problem. I thought it did. We still got issues. So here's what we're gonna do. As you can see over here, I went and bought myself a press because I've been needing one anyway, and I always have to go over to Joe Nate's house to use a press for gears and things like that. So went ahead, bought a press. What are we gonna do? Change gears out in the car, because I don't know if it's a pinion issue, I don't know if it's a transmission issue, but I think the right move here is to go ahead and put a set of 410s in the car, which is what I wanted to do anyway. This cam does not like 373s. We're gonna put 410s in it and see if that doesn't fix the problem. It's something I wanted to do anyway, so it really makes sense. All right, so here's the deal. If this does not fix the problem, it's pretty much going to be a transmission issue. And you know, it could be just a simple oversight. I talked with Andrew today. I mean, you never know, right? There are things deep down in the transmission that might just be a hair off and the tolerance is not right. So it is what it is. I'll just have to buckle up and buy another TKX, I guess. I don't want to do that, but I will. I love the TKXs, so I will purchase another one.